Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to Justsewsherrie. I'm Justsewsherrie here on YouTube and also over on Instagram as well. Well, hello again. It feels like it was only yesterday I was chatting with you. Oh, that's right, it was. Today is Saturday is it the 16th? No, 17th of August, and welcome to my 1 year WIP parade. So slightly different format. This isn't going to be a usual with the Justsewsherrie because I gave you a big one on my Flosstube. So if you haven't watched my 1 year anniversary and you want to know what the big Justsewsherrie was, head back one. You need to go back a ways one and see that. I've got two little not announcements, but sort of things that I wanted to mention. I talked about the sale that we're doing, A Weary Ride by Blackbird Designs, and I was talking about Lauren Flosstubers doing it. I forgot to mention the other two. I'm so sorry. So I'm not sure if it was even Sally's idea. It might have been, and I've just totally forgotten her. So Sally, who is Flossie Sews and Grows here on YouTube, and also my friend the dog, Rachel, the talking dog, Stitcher, and me, and as I've just said, Lauren, who's Flossabilities. We will all be starting this on the 1st of September. So it's going to be called Where We Stitch, the Sal. I don't know if the Sal on there. I think Sally's in charge. Sally probably know what's going on. Someone else will know what's going on. Come watch one of them, because I'll probably have to find out what I'm meant to be doing. So yeah, so I thought I should actually mention the people who are doing it. The other thing is to say, my friend Val, who sent me floral etchings, which was one of the giveaways in the last, again, 1 year. If you are watching this, I'll work out the dates, but if you do want to be in that giveaway, again you'll have to go back one to the 1 year anniversary, and if it is after, so I'm going to give the giveaway 2 weeks. So if you're watching this after the 30th of August, then don't enter because it'll have been drawn. Equally, for anybody, I forgot to say as well yesterday, I will give it 2 weeks because I knew I was going to do this WIP parade, and it'll give plenty of people a chance to enter. So if you want to hop back and do it. But my friend Val, who sent the floral etchings and several other patterns for me, her son Alan is in CCU with sepsis currently, and she has asked if we can all send some prayers her way. My mum's not a particularly religious woman, but she's always said never underestimate the power of prayer. So prayers for Alan. Let's hope by the time this airs, even in a week, he will be much better and out of the woods. So WIP parade. I needed to start it. I was in a right knot with myself yesterday when I was filming, and the top and bottom of it is I've got every single project out in a pile somewhere, and I'm very much of the tidy house, tidy mind brigade. I don't like it because I don't particularly like cleaning, but I do get really stressed if everything's everywhere. So I am starting this. I will be picking it up and doing little bits as I go through the week. So costume changes will be necessary. God knows how long it's going to be. I think I counted 51 WIPs, didn't I? So I'm going to do them in chunks in sections. So just like normal everyday stitching projects, I've got a group of Halloween projects and a group of Christmas. I don't think I've got any other groups. It appears I don't do spring. And I've never done summer really. As close to summer as I get is probably bees and hives and things like that. I'm all about the Halloween, the autumn, the winter and the Christmas stitching. That's my favourite 6 months of the year. We will start with the ones that, if you follow me regularly, you will have seen. So I'm going to start with my most recent WIPs and we'll work backwards. And well done, Sherrie. I haven't opened any of the zips. So as I said, this is going to be a cutty in and out video. So I'm going to open all the zips and then I'm going to come back. Right, I've opened all the zips. I didn't realise, because I had previously actually undone all the zips. It was the ones that I've done yesterday when I was showing you my normal WIPs that I've zipped them all back up again. So anyway, let's make a start. 24 in 24. We will start with my September Quaker, which is From the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. And I'm doing the monthly Quakers as the backbone of my 24 in 24. And here is where I am on September. So anybody who watched my YouTube yesterday, you can probably fast forward the first bit because it's not going to be much different. But because it's like a full WIP parade, I suppose I've got to show them again. So this is September. It's all of my monthlies are being done on 22 count hard hanger with DMC thread 1/1. I have changed all the colours on this one. I've changed, on most of them I have changed at least one colour. I'm getting a little bit more brave with, I don't like that, I'm going to do it my way, it's going to be mine. So yeah, so this one I have changed for a 413, 648 and 3861 are the three colours that I chose to use on that one. This is going to be fun, isn't it? Sorry. I need to stay relatively organised as I go through because there's a few. So as I said, I'm going to start with the ones you haven't seen and then I change my mind. In fact, no, I better not in case anyone's fast forwarded. So this one is Anne Burnhope, 1895. And this is from Mama Loves You GB, Michelle. And I love this. I really love this. And this has been done on 40 count antique white. Where's my needle? Needle's gone. 40 count antique white, just what I got. And this is as far as I am. So I'm down as far as I need to go down here. And now I've started working in on the fun bit. I wanted to make sure I had plenty length down here. Obviously I do have. But I was just going in, oh my God, what if I've done it wrong? And you know, you just never know. I like to come right across and right down because I'm a top left starter. Top. Am I holding it the wrong way? Yes, I was holding it the wrong way. I hope I haven't been stitching it the wrong way. Yes, so I've come right the way over this side and I've come right the way down. I've got a feeling I showed it the other way around yesterday as well, so oh well, see things from a new perspective. So I'm doing it, I told you what I'm doing it on. What was I going to say? Can't remember, must have been a lie. But yeah, and I'm doing it with Gentle Arts, Schoolhouse Red. There is no better red for a red marking sampler, I'm reliably told. I think it's Brenda and Laura. They like that, and they know what they're doing. I'm just here kind of copying people a little bit and learn bits as I go along. You wouldn't think I've been stitching for 40 years, would you? I haven't been involved in the stitching community for very long at all, though. So I genuinely am learning. It's such a solitary sport, isn't it? It's quite amazing. The person who had the idea of having retreats where people just get together and stitch. It just, that would never occur to me. So it's a good job I'm not in charge of ideas around the world, really, isn't it? Otherwise we wouldn't get very far. So next one was an exclusive from the Big Stitch, and this was done by Haystack Stitching, and it is done with a Gloriana, which is still downstairs, called Cotswold Garden, and it is the most beautiful thread. I've actually been online looking for it and I've found it. Is it West Embroidery? I will find it, hang on, because they do all the silks, and it was one of you guys that told me about it. West End Embroidery, which is based in Reading. Yeah, West End Embroidery. So they've got all the silks and things like that. So if you're after silks, so that's where I found it. This is my little pin keep, or it will be when it's finished and gets fully finished. Maybe one day, if it's lucky. Probably never. But it's lovely. The thread is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Pinks and blues and greens. It really is lovely. And I'm doing this on I think it's a 32 count. Might be tighter, you know, I haven't counted it. So I'm just doing it on what we were given, because we got the full kit. It doesn't say on that bit. We got the full kit to make it with all the... That's another thing. Skirtex in the UK. Anybody know where I can find it? Because I can't find that either. Thank you very much, by the way, to the ladies who have helped me out with Garden Gate Gentle Arts. So I'm sorted. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I don't know where to get that from. I was going to have a look, wasn't I, and see. Well, it doesn't really matter. It's 32 count or a 36 count. Don't think it's anything tighter. So that's what that is. That is what that is. I've got a clarty party to go to this afternoon. I hope there's jelly and ice cream. It's the only reason I'm going. I don't think there will be. It's my niece. She's 14. She's far too grown up for jelly and ice cream. That. She's too grown up for grown-ups now. She doesn't want her old auntie around cramping her style or whatever it is we do. So this one is Calico Confectionery, Rosewood Hearts. And I just thought it would be a really nice sort of monochrome stitch. But it's actually got two colours in it. And what I did was, so the colours are meant to be DMC 3857 and 3858. So what I did was just look at the picture and kind of go, right, just on the reddish spectrum somewhere. I hunted out this piece of Ada, which is from Megan Coffee Craft. Somewhere, somehow, either at one of the retreats I've seen her at, or I've been like monthly clubs and this, that and the other. So I've just made a little start on that, and it was one night I was really, couldn't figure out what to work on. I just couldn't settle on anything. But I wanted something relatively easy as well. So I just thought, right, pick that up. And I chose Classic Colourworks Misty Mauve and Weeks Dye Works Rum Raisin. I found the two actual threads and realised they're just a shade. So I just picked shades that would match the fabric. So there you go, that is Rosewood Hearts. I think in the beginning I was trying to give Rosewood Manor the credit for it, and then realised it isn't actually, it's just called Rosewood Hearts. Right, now I want to try and tell you where all my bags are from along the way as well. So this one is from my lovely friend and very brand new Flosstuber Cross Stitch Jess, and she sells her bags on Instagrams, and she does this really cool, what do you call it? Asymmetrical zip. I love that fabric. Oh, that's from there. My next one, which is in my beautiful Liberty fabric bag for Pauline at Sobe Bags. And this is the current sampler that I'm working on, which is Sarah Fletcher. And I spotted this on Carol Saltbox Instagram. And as per, you know, the pictures on the pattern don't do justice. Carol's was beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So I was like, I need that. I need that. And I'm sewing this with my friend Patty. For her birthday. So we started this at the end of July, 31st of July was our birthday. And this is where I am on this. So I'm doing it on 36 count Winter Moon. And again, I like to get to the bottom. I like to get across and I like to get to the bottom, just so I know where my corners are, and then I can, it also means I can hop around if I want to. I can use, like, count off one of these. I tend not to. I tend to just still work from the top left down. But I think, I don't know, I think it's just for fear. And I am doing this with the called for silks, which are Verissoise. And this is stitching up beautifully. Absolutely glorious. The pink, that pink, just literally pops. You can't see it as well on the camera, but you can see it on the spool. On the spool, even. It's really, really, really vibrant. Glorious. Absolutely glorious. And I've just done a little blackbird. He looks a bit lonely there, doesn't he? Love this at the moment. This has got my heart. This is my go-to stitch now. Well, it's the one I want to work on all the time. I don't know why. I mean, I suppose the whole point of doing a floss tube was to keep accountable, which meant, you know, looking at what I did, doing it up more mindfully. Just keeping track, keeping organised, a lot better. So when I say things like, oh, I've got to force myself to put it down, and then think, why am I forcing myself to put it down? Just stitch what you enjoy. Well, yeah, but the whole point of this was also to get progress across lots of things. So I suppose there's a happy medium, isn't there, with keeping, what do you call it, keeping focused on the bigger goal of getting lots of things finished, but sort of offsetting that with the things that I really want to work on all the time. One moment. So, quick moment for you, longer moment for me. I went off to my clarty party. I didn't realise how close I was to the time yesterday. And there was no jelly and ice cream, which I was a bit gutted about. But there was cake, so that's always a bonus. And the football season started yesterday as well. So Newcastle United were playing and we won. Thank God. Let's keep it up, lads. So, next one is in the WIP parade. Back to the reason we're here. Pride and Prejudice by Primitive Hair. And I was asking, was it Mr. Darcy? I could have looked on the pattern. It says Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy. Yeah. In my defence, I'm not doing the whole pattern, I'm just doing the silhouettes. But on it, it says, because you might not be able to see, in vain I struggled, it will not do, my feelings will not be repressed. And then on the other side, you must allow me to tell me how ardently I admire you. I think what that means is I fancy you. Fancy the pants off you. Yeah. So, I'm nearly finished, so I've done a little bit more on this since you last saw it. So I was only up to, well, it was just the top of her head, I think. So I've come quite far down here. It looks quite little, but obviously there's some stitching in it. And this is specifically being done on account to fit a frame. I've got a fabulous frame that I'm going to put it in. And I would like to do it. You see me stitching bird here. So what I've done is I've put like wadding underneath, so almost like a pin cushion. I think with that I've put 2 or 3 layers of batten to make it sort of, is it concave when it comes outwards? Can't remember. Anyway, to make it sort of poof out. And I want to do the same with this, but I have bought some wadding from Amazon, so I'm going to see how it goes. We got given thicker wadding from the Stitch in London, the sampler edition, to make the pin cushions with, so that's what I was after, something similar to that. I've done this on, I should have said, sorry, it is 36 count dirt track by Fox and Rabbit. Love this bit of fabric, and I'm going to have to do some hunting because it's just a very small piece. And I'd be surprised if I've cut it's such a small piece off, but maybe I have. Maybe I'll surprise myself. And I'm doing it with Classic Colourworks Black Coffee. I don't think that's the called for. No, because the called fors are all DMC and it's 3371. That's like the really dark brown. So I'm doing it a very light black instead. I know it's my stitching. Carol Saltbox tells me I can do what I want. So, and she's in charge of cross stitch. Okay, where am I next? You've seen this 1,000 times if you've been with me on my journey. And I did find the date that I started this. Finally. So, Patriot Calendar by Owl Forest Embroidery. Bring it in. I've really loved it. I've loved doing this. I'm now up to the fox now. Last row. Last row. I'm going to miss it when it's done. And this is where I am on this. So, and I haven't had to, I shouldn't probably say this, but I haven't had to do huge amounts haven't been on any major holidays to Froglandia, as Chris Campton Stitching calls it, yet. Apart from, I think it was this one in the middle that I started stitching this one again for some unknown reason. So I did have to frog that. But this is where I am, and it's been stunning. The variegation in the thread. So they're done with the Owl Forest embroidery threads. And it's glorious. Absolutely glorious. I don't know if you can see. You can see some of the variegation. Holding it up a bit longer because I know there might be different people watching a WIP parade to that normally follow me. So for you guys who've been with me since the beginning and are still here hanging on, I need to send medals out to you all. And that's the threads that I'm doing them with, so you can see there all the variegation is just stunning. Threads aren't so stunning. But they have made a beautiful job. But I won't be sorry to put them down now. It was alright in the beginning, and it was fine in the middle, and now it's just getting a little bit yeah. And when I'm hopping between that and Sarah Fletcher, who's got the Verissoirs, that's difficult. Excuse me. Oh, I need to get a shifty on with this. I need to get a shifty on. So I started this with Sarah. Sarah Wilkes on Instagram. Be Not a Dunce. And it was meant to challenge, and we started it on 56 count. Challenge. Yeah, it was a challenge. It's easier than I thought it was going to be. Much, much easier than I thought it was going to be. And this might sound bonkers because it's a little bit of an obvious statement I'm going to make, but as long as you get the magnification right, you can see it the same as you can see 18 count. So, or 16 count or 14 count, whatever count. So this is where I am. Now this is a piece of Megan Coffee Craft 56 count, as I've just said. Let's move him out the way. There is a thread there, but it's not actually fixed. It's not a working thread, as I like so much. So I've just done the first 2 rows. Sarah has finished hers. In my defence, more defended, I've got until the 1st of October. We did say we'd give ourselves the time limit, and I've got until the 1st of October. I need to get a shifty on though, because it'll be the 1st of October fairly soon. And I'm doing it on, I'm doing it on a Megan with a Paintbox Threads silk. And it's variegated grey, and these are the details. If anybody, oh, how do I get, that's it. That's it. There you go. So that's the details of the thread I'm doing it on. You can see it's really lovely. Lovely variegated thread. So it's going to be very dainty when it's done. I need to get more on. Definitely need to get more on. And I was enjoying it. There's a real, what I'm saying, is there a challenge? Yeah, because when I sit back, if I've been stitching on it, and when I sit back and look at it, I think, God, yeah, that's really good. So I do get that sense of accomplishment. So it's definitely having the desired effect. And I have actually bought more 56 count since then. So Can't be that bad, can it? Okay, this is one. Trying to get them in order of which ones you've seen. And we'll get them all done first before we move into some of the older ones. So I am doing Sophia Church by La-Di-Da. And this is glorious as well. And see if I've got working threads all over the place. Oh yes, back to form. Revert to type, is that the phrase? So this is where I am with Sophia Church. So I have done once round the border with the bones, and then twice round the border with these like 2 rows that go on the greenery, and then I'm part way through thrice putting the actual bud on the border. So that's where I am. And I've just started the alphabet and putting the flowers in. And this has been done on, oops, left me phone on. This has been done on one of my very favourite fabrics, 36 count parchment by WIP Works. It's glorious. Again, much warmer than the calendar, than the camera has shown it. Really, really, really lovely. And these little ceramic tea plates are from Don't Step on Your Needle on Etsy. I do have a little bit of a penchant. I'm funny, I find what I like and I just get the same but different. And they're all the threads. So I'm doing it with the called for DMC. It is charted with over dyes, I believe. Oh, that's the pattern. Sure, it's charted with over dyes, but I'm just doing it with the DMCs. And that's Sophia, my lovely Sophia. Okay, you haven't seen this one for a while. This was one of my 24 and 24. Now my 24 and 24s were meant to be starts and finishes. Meant to be. That is not going to happen. I think I'm going to have, I've just had a little look at my list of, I've got toothpaste on my hand. My list, my 24 and 24 list, there is 1 or 2 that I don't think I'm going to get started, which is why I'm already putting my thought into my 25 and 25, because I would like to take what I've learned and make it better next year. It's the first time I've done it, so it's learning lessons, isn't it? I've figured out what I maybe need to tweak as we go through. So this is, so I was meant to be doing, it was seasonal stitching. It was meant to be all the monthly Quakers, which I am keeping up with, more or less. They might not be fully finished by the first of the month, but they've all been finished and fully finished within the month that they are. So like August's. I just got, I had a fully finish, I forgot to show you. So yeah, I just got August's up at about 10th of August maybe. But I have done it. Some of the other ones were the wee birds. I did Halloween, autumn, Christmas and winter, and I've done all those. And then these were meant to be another set of 4. So spring, summer, autumn, winter of the blue flower. Pretty sure it's not going to happen. I don't really know why. Oh. See, this is what I was hoping I was going to get from me WIP Parade. Like, oh, actually, actually quite like that. So this is as far as I am with spring. Now I am doing it on a very big piece, well not a very big piece, if it's a fat quarter or fat half maybe, I don't know, of platinum. So I got, pretty sure it's 32 count. Why is it not got a name on? Pretty sure it's 32 count. And that is spring, that's where I'm up to on it. And I think what happened was I went off. So I'm having to do a little bit of fudging. And I think I just got sick of fudging. I don't know. I don't know why this one and why not that one, or I'd love to know the psychology behind why we choose one material with one colour cross over another material with a different colour cross. Just fascinates me. So, and I think I got that needle minder off. I think I got it off my sister. I've got a feeling it's Amazon. Oh, I haven't been showing you me project bags, man. I was meant to show you them, wasn't I? Let's just backtrack a minute. So this one was off Sammy Little Loops from one of her retreat bags that I got. This one is a Not Enough WIP bags. What's her name? Sarah. I think this one's a Not Enough WIP bags as well. I think. And this, the same as my first one, is another one of Jess's asymmetrical zips. Cross stitch Jess, which you can find on Instagram or on YouTube if you want to watch her. So that's as far as I am with that. This is a Not Enough WIP bags. I'm sure. Not Enough WIP bags, Sarah. Cute little bee charm on it. So, what else was I saying when I suddenly remembered to show you me WIP bag? Is that what it was? I think that's all it was. So, I meant to be doing summer, autumn and winter before the end of the year. Not going to happen, is it? Not going to happen. I just don't know why it hasn't got me heart. And it was, to be fair, when I bought them, I was at one of the Northeast Stitchy days. And I saw a lady was in the middle of doing it, and it was gorgeous. And I mean, like anything, you know, once you see it in real life, it really was lovely, and that's what made me jump and buy it. But so I don't know why it hasn't captured me heart, but it hasn't. Thistle bag from the Turtle. Even got a turtle on it. So it's from Turtle Bay Stitching. Oh, Sophie, who is also Pink Scissors Fabric down in Bridgend. And this one very appropriately has a thistle, tartan thistles needle case. And I just got this on Amazon. It's by Textile Heritage. And you get all the bits. It's a full kit. So you get everything you need. The felt and everything. And this is as far as I am, not very far. And that is a needle minder I got off at Edita, so I don't know. She did tell us where you can get them from, but I can't remember. So this is as far as I am, and I am doing this on a 32 count even weave, Wisteria I think it's called, and it was one of my there, can you see the mottling? It's really lovely actually. It was one of my monthly with my subscription from Lakeside last year. So the light's blown it out. I've started using, you'll be able to see my glasses, I've started using me stitching light, me Halo Go, to just bring a little bit more light. But I might have to take a hit on it because it's really blowing the colours out. Not all of them, fair enough, but some of them. Right, this is a WIP you'll never have seen. Because I did a little, oh Christ, it's got all the over dies in as well. If I'd known they were there, I might have stolen some of them for other projects. Because I haven't looked at this in a long time. To be fair, it's all my colours. All the blues. That's like a win. I didn't know I had them. And what is it for? A tisket, a tasket. Hang on, I'm going to save turning the light off. Or even just turning it down. Yeah, that's a bit better. So a tisket, a tasket by Rosewood Manor. And I'm a long way into it. A wholly long way into it. So this is on 40 count Mayflower by Fox and Rabbit. I think the reason is, number one, it's a pattern you've got to, there's a lot of, as you can see, a lot of colour changes, a few here and a few there. And I think it was one of the first 40 counts I attempted. And I think that's what it was. Wasn't that I found it too difficult, but it was really hard work, really, really hard work. So I picked up other stuff that wasn't as hard. And then this just got put by the wayside. So I will pick it up again at some point, but can't really see it being anytime soon. I think this is one of the only patterns I wish I had it on PDF, because I think it would make it a lot easier. I don't do a lot of stitching by digital, but I do have. I specifically bought a reconditioned Kindle, like a big tablet, not just one of the small reading ones, so that I could have Pattern Keeper on. And yeah, I've stitched sporadically from it. I don't know, I just come back to paper every time. I can stitch from it. I think it's just habit. I'm just used to paper. I know where I am with paper. I can touch it. I can fold it. I can pin it. I can do anything I want with it. But yeah, I've just never fallen in love with digital stitching. I think does it tend to be the younger ones that do? I don't think necessarily it does. I'm trying to think the retreats I've been to and who I've, like when I've been walking around, who uses digital and who doesn't. And there's an awful lot of older ladies use digital as well, but I think there's more older ladies use paper than there are younger ladies using paper. I'm just old-fashioned. I like talcum powder and white cotton nighties and yeah, that's just took me back to one of my Justsewsherries. Leave that one there. Just had a breather. Okay, so let's get on to some of the ones that my 24 in 24 that I've started. So these, again, if you've been around you'll know this, but I started the 12, there's a 12 in 12 on New Year's Eve by a wonderful lady called Kia B. It was her brainchild. The theory is to work on 12 projects in the 12 hours between 12 midday and 12 midnight on New Year's Eve. Lots of people do it, and they do it their own way. They do it a way that works for them. Some do WIPs, some do 12 starts, some do 6 and 6, some do just pick 6 and do whatever. So there's lots of people that join in, but they make it their own. Yeah, they make it their own. They make it work for them. So what I decided to do, because I knew I wanted to do some seasonal stuff as me 24 and 24, and I didn't want to do a whole load more new starts, and I thought I was being clever. I still think I was quite clever, and I still will take that idea forward. So my 12 starts in me 12 and 12 were the 12 monthly Quakers by From the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. I then, and most of them I only got a few stitches in, just literally to say I'd started it. So, and I found it quite stressful at the end, coming up. I mean, I didn't stay up till midnight. I just made a point of working on, I didn't do 12, the timing 12 till 12. I think I did 8 till 8, something like that. And I just got a few stitches in on everyone. And by the end, I was starting to like, oh my God, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. And I'd had to sort everything out. So I'd had to have 12 needles, 12 pieces of fabric cut up, 12 needle minders on the projects. It's not just picking it up and stitching it. Obviously, you've got to do a little bit more when it's a new start. Will I do the same again this year? Yep, I will. Now that I've done it once, I kind of know I don't need to stress. If I do them, I do them. If I don't, actually, no one's going to come brain down my door and say, Sherrie, you said you were going to do them 12 and 12 and you haven't. So, yes, I will do it again. And I know which 12 will be this year to stitch for next year. Do you know what it is? We're only in August 2023 and I'm already... No, we're in 2024, aren't we? I told you I was at a party yesterday, didn't I, for my niece. And we're talking about my daughter. And I've only got one child. And somebody said, oh, how old is she? I says, oh, she'll be 31 in September. And then later on, the conversation kind of came back round. And I was saying, oh, yeah, well, she'll be 31 soon. And my mum says, will she not be 32? I says, no, she'll be 31. And my sister's gone, she'll be 32, Sherrie. I was 12 and I'm however old now. And I was like, are you sure? So my mum started working it out, right? How old were you when you had her? And what it. And yeah, it turns out I've lost a year while she's been flying around the world. So, time missing. Anyway, back to 24 and 24. So this one was June. June went missing, which is why June hasn't been done. June hid down the back of me headboard of me bed. So again, they're all being done on 22 count hard hanger. And what I did was, as I said, I had to kit them all up. So I'm doing them with the called for DMC. Or that is the theory. So what's happened is when I've gone back and picked them up each month, I've thought, now do I actually like that colour or do I want to change it? And the majority of them I have changed at least one colour to suit my colour scheme. This one is probably, I think this is, because I haven't really done much more on it. So this is what I did on 24 and 24, 12 and 12. Yeah, try and get the numbers right. And that little needle mind, I think that's from Don't Step on Your Needle as well. And I've got a few of them. I like the little tiny ones because I do quite a lot on relatively small, like high count. So it's nice to have some smaller needle minders. So that's June. I've shown you September, I think. So next is October. I mean, one of the good things about it is, as I'm getting these done, oh, the sun's come out. The sun's just come out. As I'm getting through them, I'm gaining needles. So that's quite nice. I'm getting the needles back that I did put in. So this is the October one. Lovely October-y colours. I don't think I'll change these colours. I don't think. That's October. That's my tiny, tiny little start. Again, this is what I meant by I literally just put a few. On some I did a few more. On most of them I just did a little bit just to make it less stressful, allegedly. And they are the colours for October. I'm going to have to pull the blind down, aren't I? So that is October. Very, very, very start. Looking forward to doing that. See, this WIP parade's having the effect. The desired effect. It's reminding me what I've got. And why I got them in the first instance. And of course comes November. I like this one. A little squirrel in his acorns. And again, just a very few stitches. And let's have the colours on this one. This will be nice. And the colours. Pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Will I change them? I don't know, they're very browny, aren't they? I mean, that's because you've got two browns there. No, I probably won't. I'll probably go with them. Because, to be quite honest, I wouldn't know which one to swap out for what. And the last one. At some point, hopefully I'll get to this December and I will have all 12 done. Hopefully. That is the theory. So this is December's. Has this only got two colours on it? It has. This has only got two colours on. So again, very, very small bit, and obviously by December, on my 12 and 12, I was flagging. I was really flagging. So I literally got a few stitches in. And these are the colours, of course, red and green. They're nice. I like them. I like that it's quite a muted red. I love a sandy red, but I like a muted red as well. So they are my 12 and 12. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this pile and I will be un momento. Right, I've moved everything and I've just been and took some tablets. So let's kind of start again with the older WIPs that I haven't had out for a little while. But we're going to start with some very, very, very old WIPs that I've never shown because I forgot they existed when I did my original WIP parade a year ago. So they are, now I haven't got the cover for these, the cover sheet. It's a Bothy Threads, and it is this, and it's all done. It's cross stitch wise. So the reason this hasn't quite been finished off is probably very obvious. Look who's the marker and highlight girl. Marker and paper and highlight girl. And a little thing down here. Now, and also, when I got it back out and looked at it, put my glasses on, it'll be helpful. I've done the back stitch, it appears, in 2 different colours. So the back stitch here is nowhere near as heavy as it is here. So I don't know what I've done. So I don't know if I've done this in a charcoaly grey and that in a black, blick. And I've got the needle with the, obviously, in fact, look at it. I've even got a working thread. Oh dear, Sherrie. And I haven't worked on this for 8 years maybe, if not longer. I don't know. Yeah, it will be. It'll be at least 8 years, I think. My mum bought us it for Christmas one year. But, so I've got 2 things. I need to either frog one colour of the back stitch and go with the other colour. Now, I quite like the lighter. I'm not so fond of this darker colour, although it does make it stand out. Let me know what you think. Do you think darker or lighter? Lighter is less in your face, but obviously darker really defines it. I was thinking, why is his claws so long? But it's not, they're meant to be his whiskers. So obviously I need to do this now that I know. Because my mum says, why don't you put a butterfly or something in? And this was back in the days when I didn't know just patterns really existed. I thought it was all kits. You just bought a kit and you stitched it. That was what you did, and that was what I did. So now that I have got a few hundred of patterns, I will be able to find something to hopefully hide that marker. Because it was a shame that I've done all of that work. Because I mean, that's full coverage there. So there's a lot of work gone into it. It'll be a shame if I don't finish it. So yeah, that is my oldest WIP. Oh, we've got a cat. We've got a gem. We've got a gem cat. We haven't seen him for a while. No. Charlie slept with us last night. They must all be my friends again. I don't know what that's about. So yes, that's my oldest. To be fair, I could do with a good wash as well. It's grubby, really grubby. That is my oldest WIP that I own. And there's another one of the same ilk. And these were my project bags before I knew project bags were a thing. I'll keep them in just pretty you call them present bag, gift bags. And this, although why I've got a dinosaur or crocodile bag is beyond me. But this is this project bag. And this is another kit. Because again, I didn't know there was another way to live. Oh, I've not got the picture. Oh man, why have I not got the picture? Oh, what a shame, I haven't got the picture. And I still haven't worked out how to overlay photos. I managed to slot the one with Jacob in. So it is that. And again, it's the kit. So it is the two grey cats, the two grey tabbies that I've got their tails entwined. So this will be about 4-year-old, because I've had the cats, I've had these two. Yes, that one. And his brother, who, since August 2020. So, and that's why I think I bought it, but I gave up because it is so confetti heavy. Really confetti heavy. I don't want to bin it though. I'm not UFOing either of them. I'd like to get them finished one day. One day, not this day, but one day. And it's a pretty cool fabric, that, with the bits on. So they're my very old WIPs that nobody's ever seen. Well, yeah, no, nobody's ever seen. Next one is, now I haven't got a copy of the full, because this was a mystery sal from Love Poppet that she very kindly sent me, and I haven't printed out the one with part 4 and part 5 on, but it is all out now and you can buy it all now from Love Poppet. I got part way through this. I got most of part 1 done. And I had the 2-thread lie-in problem, as I usually do. So this is as far as I got. And I decided the threads weren't lying properly, and I didn't like it. The pattern's lovely and I would like to stitch it. But I'll need to start it again on a different fabric, because I'm not frogging all of that. So even if I do it on a 32 count, yeah, I'm not frogging it. So this is a 32 count even weave, but it's quite a fine one. I think it might even be. I'd need to count it, but I think that could be coming in close to a 36 because the holes are tiny. You know how you get the Zweigart and they're quite open. It's quite an open weave. This isn't. This is, and I think even weaves generally, some of them aren't as open as linens. So yeah, so that's why this one is. So this particular piece of fabric will get UFO'd, but the pattern won't. I will stitch the pattern. And actually, cross-stitch Jess of the Fireworks, she did it, and she recharted this little house and did it in the same colour brick that her house is in, and she even put a little black dog in the window for Alfie, which is super cool. And you can see that on her Instagram. And she's done it very, very tiny. I think she's done it 1/1. So I'm not sure if it's 1/1 on 32 count or what, but she's done it very, very small. So that is my Love Poppet one that Claire very kindly sent me. And that is my needle minder from Jess Gets Stitching. I love her resin. Are the resin? I don't know. I really like them though. And in this is the bag. This is a unique bag because this is a Rachel Talking Dog bag. So it was when I was at Pink Scissors Fabric. Where was I going? I was going to Cornwall, I think, on my holidays, and I swung by to see them, and Rachel was there, and I was admiring this, and she went, "I can have it if you want." I went, "No, all right, then, thanks," because I do love it. So yes, that is a Rachel bag that she very kindly gifted, and I left very quickly afterwards, so she couldn't take it back. Right, oh, this one needs to see a little bit more love. This was a start, and when I say start, I mean a start. So in February I went away with a group of girls, and me and one of the girls, Sherrie, who's one of the North East girls, decided to do we both had this same pattern, and we decided to make a start together that weekend. So it is Owl Forest embroidery, and is Bayon Cat. And I think once I'm into it, it won't be too bad. And I do like the Owl Forests, and this is with, saying that though, this is with the same threads that I was just moaning about for my patchwork calendar. So this might have to wait a little while before I really do it. There's the threads. There must be another thread already open, surely, if I've started it. Yes, it's a blue. Where is it? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, holy dear. I've lost it. I have... Oh God. So this is the start I've made on it. quite significant start, as you can see. This was the start, and this is on a Sparklies fabric. Oh, Sherrie, hey, I've not done well with this one, haven't I not? I've got to floss the card to tell us what the fabric is. I think, is that the back? It is the back. I think it is bubblegum. No, maybe Capricorn. It's one of the Sparklies ones. I've got another one that I'm doing something on. So whichever one this isn't, it's probably the other one. But the fabric, I love Sparklies fabrics. And I find their website really difficult to navigate. Otherwise I would have ordered quite a lot more. So I got quite a few. Oh, and this bag is a turtle bag that I bought that weekend as well from Sophie. It's this Turtle Bay Stitches, aka the turtle, Sophie. Kate from Sparklies was at Harrogate, so I got quite a few when I was there last year, and I'll get some more this year. I kind of missed out at the Big Stitch because I don't know if it was Pain-Free Crafts had some of her material there, but by the time I got there on the Sunday afternoon there wasn't many left, so I probably didn't need any, but so I will pick up some more. Hopefully she'll be at Harrogate again this year. This one, actually, okay, this one I have just started, and it is Evelyn's and this is the Schoolgirl Sewing Club by the Cruel Goblin Needlecraft. Does it say? It doesn't say in there. The bottom it says with Needlework Press. So I started this the other day when I was feeling a bit sad, and I just felt like I needed something. I needed some comfort stitching, and for some reason I'm now on a red sampler. Comfort stitching is my bag. Oh, there's the sun coming out again. So this is it. It is on 32 count baked clay by Fox and Rabbit, and it has been done by needlepoint ink. If I can find the other one, see if it has a. It's the first time I've stitched with them, so I don't know. So it's the Chinese Red range, and it is colour 503 lot 11. It's lovely. And it appears I am now a red sampler girl. Still not quite sure how that happened, but happen it did. And this is nice. This is a nice little stitch, nice little repetitive stitch, meditative stitch. And I got this from my lovely friend Alison, who I met at the Big Stitch Sampler Edition, and then we were both at the Stacey Nash retreat last year, and I owe her a meal. I do. We need our second date, Alison. I've had my first date and I'd like to come back. It's a long time since I've wanted a second date with anybody. It's a long time since I wanted a first date with anyone. Like I say, unless it's a man with a... Or was it somebody just put on me comments that I think it was their mum used to always ask for a man with a heart problem. I quite like that. A rich man with a heart problem, not just any man. Don't want to just support him for no particular reason. Okay, you've seen this one relatively recently. So this is the Rosebush sampler by Modern Folk Embroidery, and I love this. Jane from Running with Scissors, Stitching with Jane and Julie, who are no longer doing floss tubes, which I'm gutted about. Every time Jane pulled this out, I was like, oh, I just love that so much. Love it so much. So I got it. And this is where I am. So I've gone around and done all the bones of the border. I've put a random few leaves in here and there. And I've started on the rose at the top here. It has got more in it. Can you see there, the ecru? Which you can see much better in... I'm very, very close to the microphone. Feel like a radio presenter. So yeah, you can see that when you get close up, the ecru. I need to get this out. This is one I need to... I love. I'm not even going to say I might stitch on it today, because I found that if I say my forward plans, right, well, I need to do this and I need to do that instantly, that they're not what I want to stitch on. I am doing this with the Called For DMC. Oh gosh, it's light. So you can see it's a really gentle palette, and I'm doing it on my favourite 36 count parchment. I need to put that blind down. 36 count parchment by Weeks, which appears to be 36 parchment and 36 count Winter Moon. They're my go-tos, it appears. I love other fabrics, but they're ones I come back to again and again and again. That may change. Life usually does, doesn't it? Right. Oh, and this bag. I love this bag. Now, and I forgot to turn me. My daughter's, hang on a second, it was my daughter moaning about Brexit. She's trying to go. She came back to Britain. I didn't even know she was here. I checked on her Find My Child tracker that I've got on her yesterday when I was at Jennifer's party, because she said something about Courtney. I says, oh, I don't even know where she is. She was in Munich, but I don't know if they've gone to Vienna yet or something. And I looked and I was like, oh, she's in Newcastle. She's here. So she has literally flown back for 24 hours as she was being bridesmaid for a friend. So she flew back. She got back midday. She had to get her hair and her nails and find some pointy heeled shoes because Courtney lives in docks and boots. And then she had the wedding, and then she was flying back at 3 a.m. And she's just texted something about the EU passport control has no queue. I think what she's moaning about is she's stuck in a queue. I think that's what she's moaning about. Yeah, Brexit did a number on us stitches as well, because we cannot get stuff. A lot of people have stopped shipping. When we get stuff, it costs us a fortune to get it through customs. Yeah. Thanks, Brexit. Who did I get this off? I think this was a Sarah. I think this is a Not Enough WIP bags. I could be wrong. Sarah, if you watch this, is this one of yours? I think it's a Sarah one. I love this. It's one of my favourite project bags. Next one. One of my fancy ladies. Gaia. Gaia, the Earth Goddess. I will stitch on her in September, and I will tell you why. Why September? So, I am doing this on even weave, 32 count, 2 over 2. After just saying that even weave's really small for 2 over 2. Yeah, this appears to be lying quite nicely. So this is where I am with her. Let me fold this in so I can hold it. Oh, it's a threaded needle, but it's not actually a working. It's obviously been when I've been about to do. So this is on 32 count even weave daffodil that I got through my, what do you call it? I'm going to hold it up and see if, wait, let's shut this blade. So 32 count daffodil, you can see there it's like peaches and lemons and a really sort of, it has, I suppose, a spring-like vibe. So this is where I am. So I've come right down to the bottom. Have I come down to the bottom? Yeah, it's a bit further. It sweeps around here quite a bit, so it'll come to about here, I hope. So it's still a bit further to go. And I started working back upwards. So I did a bodice, which is done in Kryneck. And I did her face and I did her hair, and spot the difference. Ne'er the twain shall meet. One of them is wrong. One of them is off. I don't know whether it's her face or her hair. So I'm going to continue working upwards from here and see if I can figure it out. I'm not going to frog until I know which one's wrong. Come on, Gaia. Behave yourself. Just bloody behave yourself, will you? It's going to be stunning. Do you know, I can see myself doing exactly what I said I thought the WIP parade would give me. Falling back in love with projects that I haven't looked at for a little while. And forgetting, oh, I loved that. I really loved that. And I do love the fabric. And I am doing it with all of the Cold for DMC. When I'm doing a big fancy lady or whatever, I put them all in flossaway bags so that I can I find one? There. So if I've got like threads that I'm using, I can put them back in where they are. Otherwise I'd need a all holy sized thread bed to try and keep track. So that's that. That is Gaia, my beautiful, beautiful Mother Earth. And this bag again, I think this is a Sarah, not enough WIP bags. And my needle minder was a Just Get Stitching, another one of her resin ones. So that's Sarah. We're getting towards the end of this section. Oh gosh. This is another one of my 24 and 24, and this was given the number. What have I done with it? There it is. What number did I give this? Number 22. And this, God, this took some starting. Ink Circles, Thistle Crown. Now I know Pam was doing this from Just Keep Stitching. She's got Scottish ancestry. So yeah, there's that one. And I started on 2 different types of fabric. I finally got there. So this is on my go-to 36 count Winter Moon, and I'm doing it with all the overdye silks, the Glorianas, and I've replaced Elizabethan green with collared greens of Belsoir Classic Colour Works, because I couldn't get my hands on Elizabethan green. Once I got the fabric right, it's coming together. I wonder if that needs a board. That's a bit better. I need to get some more done on this as well. This is probably one I won't touch now because I said I need to do it. I'll probably be like, I'm not doing what I'm telling myself. I don't want to do what I'm told, even if it's from me. And this project bag houses 2 projects. It is another Ink Circles, and it is Wildflowers. And I'm doing this one on 32 count hard hanger, just white. I've only made a very little start. I'd like to get some more done on this as well, and I am doing the Cold 4, and these are just cottons. So these are the Classic Colour Works. That'll be lovely actually when it's done, won't it? Honestly, I just remind myself why I've chosen them and why I fell in love with it. I love Ink Circle stuff. I've never actually finished it. Ink Circles, but I do like their patterns. These glasses, they're no good. They keep falling down. Look at that. Every time I look down, they're too slack. And this project bag is a William Morris, of course, the Strawberry Thief. Got the Strawberry Thief inside. I think that's a Strawberry Thief. And it's by Patchwork Paw Print. On Etsy. And another one of my, we've still got Jem here. He's still watching. He's enjoying. He's enjoying just having a little watch. Making a liar of us now. Shutting his eyes. Yeah. Yeah, he's not one for the, he's not a showman, is Jem. Not like Charlie. Charlie likes to come and show everybody. Right, and this one is going to be hard to show you a picture because there really isn't a one. This is, what number did I give it? Oh, 24. This is my 24 and 24, and this is the Meadow Roll. going to be hard to show you a picture because, hang on. Sorry, I just wanted to put the blind down properly. And now that I've put the blind down, the cat wants to be on the windowsill. Of course he does. So this is Cross Stitch Guild. And it's called Meadow Roll. And that is the best picture I have of it. And it's meant to go on the spool. So once it's done, it will wrap around this spool that you get. And I have made a very, very, very small start. Couldn't get much smaller. Couldn't get much more. Hello, Jem. Hello. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm busy. I'm busy. I don't know why he's here. He's never here normally. So I have done a start. Honest, my lord. I'll tell you why I didn't get very far with it. I've got a little hoop I can probably get it into. But I thought I'll give it a go. What do you call it? Sewing in hand. And it's just not for me. I've tried again and again and again. And I just kind of get into this sewing in hand. And also what I didn't realise is when I started, it's a real sort of confetti. There's 2 or 3 stitches here and there's 2 or 3 stitches there and there's 2 or 3 stitches somewhere else. So I picked it up thinking, oh, it'll be a stitch in hand. I can just watch the telly and just stitch quite nicely. And it didn't do what it said on the tin. So that was why I picked it up and put it down just as quickly. But I would quite like to get this done. It'll look fabulous once it's done. And then around the spool. And we had an idea between us all. I can't remember the lady's name, but it was Floss Friends. Was it first one in the year? Or it might have been last one last year. I can't remember. But we were talking about these kinds of stitches that you wrap up like, you know, like a spool. And what we were saying was it would be good to get a second one, attach them together so you've got one on this side and one on that side. And particularly with this, you've got like spring, summer, autumn, winter. You could just have them on your mantelpiece or wherever with that particular season. So you've got autumn there, and then you would obviously tie it up this end, and then you'd show winter. And then we took it to, you could do that with the tiny towns. So you could get spools for the tiny towns, and you could do it in a great big long, I mean, you can stitch them together. You don't need to do it in one piece of fabric. And then have, especially if you're doing like, so for example, I've done the winter, Halloween, autumn and Christmas. If you did one like winter, autumn, summer, spring, you could have whichever one out at the same time. And it was a few of us chatting, and we kind of embellished the idea. You know, when you're talking to people and it's like, oh, you could do this and then you could do that. And so it wasn't all my idea, but it was an idea that evolved as we were talking. There was sure there was 3 of us talking, and I can picture the lady. But I can't remember her name, and I did know it. This is housed in one of Jess's bags, and I got this bag for my 50th birthday off her. Patchwork and quilted. It's glorious. Glorious, glorious. Oh, I need to put the... And I'm doing that with all... It came as the kit. So you got the spool, the threads, the fabric, the needle, the stress. from Stitching in Hand. Last one of this segment. And this is She's a Biggie But a Beauty. This is my 50th birthday stitch. So this is Modern Folk Embroidery Forget Me Not by our Jacob. And this is where I am. So I am doing it on 32 count weeks. Is it? Oh no, remember I put the sticker on the pattern. Thought I was being clever. I'll need to put a tag on it. Weeks Dye Works Mocha. And that's as far as I am. I got that needle minder from Stitch in London. I can't remember which vendor. But I got that. And I got... Jem, we're busy. We're busy. I know the project bags are nice to sit on, but we're busy. We're busy, Sean. No. Yes. Okay, that's enough. Come on. Look at this. Look at this. Right on me fabric. Right on me project bag. Yes. Jem, Howie, that's enough. Nobody wants to see you. They don't want to see you. No. This is as far as I am. Sorry about this cat interlude. And I am doing it with Roxy Floss in brunette. And is it Vintage Wedding or something I've got for the cream? Antique Wedding, Vintage Wedding, something like that. Just like a cream Roxy Floss. I need to get on with this as well because this is going to take some doing. So yeah, need to get on with that. I'd like to show you my project bag, but the cat's sitting on it. But it has got, this is what I was going to show you. I got a little clip to match the needle minder from Stitch in London, and I've got this on my project bag, and it's a beautiful project bag that I got for my 50th off Jess, Cross Stitch Jess. Now I'll show you it when the cat moves, but right now that's the end of that segment. So I'm going to sort out, I can get these put away, and then we'll move on to Halloween. Yeah, we'll do Halloween and then Christmas. One moment. On to Halloween. One of my favourites. I'm a bit... I didn't realise that I didn't have any autumn on the stitches. Autumn on the stitches? Autumn stitches on the go even. I need to remedy that. So first one is one I've started recently. Little Mill Hill called Witch Splat. Splat Witch. And if you're new to Mill Hill kits, basically they're done on paper, perforated paper, and you get the paper, and here comes the sun again. I've just pulled the blind up. The sun has been the bane of my life today. Never mind. And all I've done, because you get the threads, but you've got to sort them out yourself, which is the pain in the hoopla. But for the little ones, it's not too bad. I'll just get a little bit of card and use a hole punch. And that's now my floss drop holder. And you also get all the beads in the needles. And in the autumn harvest collection, series, whatever you want to call them, there appears to be a magnet in all of them. So there's a magnet there if I want to attach it. It's quite canny actually, because like all your smalls, not your smalls, like Christmas ones aren't too bad because you can hang from places and on your tree and what have you. Halloween ones are a bit more, like some people have Halloween trees, I suppose, maybe. Maybe if I did enough, I could get a Halloween tree. We could have a Halloween tree. So, and this is another bag from Jess, but you can tell because it's got her trademark asymmetrical zip. Didn't realise how many bags of Jess I've got. And I've got another one that I've ordered as well. 2. Because I couldn't decide on what size. So one of each. Where's me? Oh, there it is. So, Halloweeny Jardin Privé. I love this. And I saw Linny from Sable Stitches. She was doing it last year and I enjoyed watching her do it. But I am doing this version. So I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's because I think that lends itself to autumn as well as Halloween. So if it was Halloween, I would just keep it up for... I would feel like I should just keep it up for October. But, I mean, it's my house. And other than the cat who's still kicking around... Oh, he's decided to go to sleep. We're all right now. We're safe. I forgot what I was saying. Yes, it's my house and I'm the only one who lives here. So I could put anything up at any point of the year. But I feel like I would just have Halloween up in October. Whereas if it's autumn, I keep it up a bit longer. And this is as far as I am. So I had made a very small start until recently. I'd done like the ABC basically. And then it was Sophie the turtle was asking the talking dog if she had it in her shop. I think she certainly did. I don't know if she still does. So it reminded me, I was like, oh, I've got that. So I pulled it out again, did a little bit more. And now that I can see the colours going in, it's really starting to like, oh, yeah, I like that. I do like that. So I appear to have half a needle minder. I've got the magnet with obviously the working needle, the working thread. I don't know where the top of the needle minder's gone. There it is, found it. Found it. I'll just put it back on and I'll show you. It's one of my favourite ones. I've got a couple of these. Yeah, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I find what I like. So this is another one, them mandalas. And I get these either from Botanical Crafts on Etsy or Yana at Don't Step on Your Needle. I usually get the little ones from Yana. And I've got a couple of the big ones and I'm sure I've got them from Botanical Crafts. And this bag I love with all of my heart. Look at this. Feast your eyes on that. Isn't it beautiful? And it is a perfect autumn project bag. And this is Sarah, Not Enough WIP bags. She's only just started making these fairly recently, patchwork ones, and oh my god, and the quality is beautiful. Like they just stand up there. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous bags. And I know she's coming to the Northeast retreat in a couple of weeks. I'll be there. Even if I wasn't going, I would be now. So what have I got here? Right, oh, now. The Witchy Stitcher. I made a little bit of a boob with this. So I got, they're on PDF, so I've printed them out. So I bought this, I really liked it. And there was another one I really liked as well. That one. So I bought them both. Spot the deliberate mistake. It's the same pattern, just a different colourway. Yes. And I am doing this on .40 count. Where have I started? It's that way. 40 count vintage country mocha. Who does vintage country mocha? Who's the owner? I don't know who the owner is. But it's vintage country mocha. And as you can see, I've made a relatively small start. And again, this was a little bit like Tisket Tasket. It was one of the first 40 counts I started. And now that I'm like 40 counts one of my go-tos, I should be able to go back and get this finished. It shouldn't be a problem anymore, but it took a while to get my eyes in, as Sarah would say. Need to get my eyes in. So yeah, and I will do the two colourways eventually. But I'm just doing them with black. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. I am doing it with black, just 310, although there's none in the project bag. And I'm doing it with B5 200. Winter white, I call it. Soft white. Haven't looked at that one for a long time. This one I have looked at recently. So this is in a Sophie Stitchy bag that I bought at the Sherrie retreat. And this is our Nora, Evanora. I love this. I loved it anyway, but when I saw this in the flesh, Shirley, I'm sure she's called Crazy Cat Lady or something like that on Instagram. She's done this and I saw it in the flesh and holy cow. Once you get all the beads and the sparkle and oh, I mean, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm doing this on a something count. I think it's an 18, but I think it's been over dyed. So it looks like a 20, but Sophie doesn't normally, because it's by Sophie Stitchy Ferret. I'm sure this one's called Fruit Salad. And she doesn't normally do like the higher counts. She tends to do the 14, 16, 18. So I suspect it's probably an 18, but because it's been over dyed, it has come out a little bit smaller. So, so that's as far as I am with her. She was meant to be my retreat stitch this year, but if you're regular, you'll know I don't really stitch at retreats, so I had to pull it out recently and have a go at it. And that is done with just 310, and it's got a Karen water lily in it, which is beautiful. I can say it. It's gorgeous. Reminds me a little bit of the garden gate that I'm after for Away We Ride. And thank you. I think I said it at the beginning that I'm sorted with that, but thank you to everybody. And yes, I'm waiting to see whether the beads will fit, because the count does look smaller, and normally it's the 32 count you need for a Nora. So just having a quick of my project bag, cat hairs. this is I think this is probably a Sarah bag. Not enough WIP bags. In fact, I'm sure it is. And what have we got? What have we got? Oh! This is what we've got. Barbara Anna. Halloween. The Moon Laughs. I started this last year, I think, or the year before. Yeah, because this is on a higher count. A lower count, I should say, sorry. So this is the start. Oh, let me switch my needle mind around because you'll want to see this. Look at that needle minder. Isn't it fabulous? And I got it from, I think it was Denkai Designs. I'm sure it was her. It's stunning. So that's as far as I am. I am doing it on 28 count dapple. Doesn't say who the fabric dyer is. I could say it's Fox and Rabbit because I always say it's Fox and Rabbit. Got no idea who it is. But that's as far as I've got. I need to pick this back up again. Nice bit of fabric. I'd forgotten. Yeah, I'd forgotten. And I'm doing it with, it'll be the cold foot, I think. Well now, that could be a problem because it doesn't say what the colours are on here. I mean, I've obviously bought it on PDF, so I'm going to have to go and hunt down the PDF. This is why I like paper. Just give us a paper chart and I've got everything. just old-fashioned. Oh no, that's right, I'm just old. So, that is my Barbara Anna. I like that one, I need to do that. This is going to be a run theme. I like that, I need to do that one. Salem Sisters Apothecary. Love this. And I looked at this for about 6 months. You know when you keep coming back to a pattern and think, I need that, I need that. And then eventually I got it and eventually I started it. And this is a Be Stitch Me fabric. Storm. It's a beautiful bit of fabric. And again, that's the smaller mandala, so I think I got that from Yana. Don't step on your needle. And I've just made a very, very small start. I really want to work on this. Have you seen this? Can you see that pile there? I've sorted through the things I've just shown you to ones that I want to do in the near future. So we're already up to 8. And obviously half my Halloween ones are going to come out now. And then we've got Sampler September. And I need to do Gaia in September. Oh, I need a cloning machine. So yeah, very, very, very small start. And I'm doing it with pearl cotton. Now when I said it was a 12 weight, it's not, it's an 8. So it's a chunky monkey. And I think I got that from Megan Coffee Craft in a Halloween box thing, yeah, last year, sorry. And these are floss drops from Just Get Stitching. And I wound them up with my lovely new floss winder from Kerry. Bloody love. The little things, isn't it? It's the little things. And this one, it has changed since you last saw it. I have done more of this. Where is the... can't find the pattern. Oh well, that's... So it's Historical Sampler Company, and they sent me this very kindly. And this part is out. I just don't know, because I had it printed. I don't know what I've done with that part. So we're up to part 4, which should be released. Cross Stitch Sarah's doing it right, and she's doing it properly. Go and see her. She knows what's happening. I don't. I just kind of muddle along and hope for the best. So this is as far as I am with this, and this is a delightful stitch. Absolutely glorious. So since you last saw her as well, for my regulars, I've put the witchy in. I've done little witchy, put these 2 pumpkins in. I've gone round here with the black, and I've done the halo for Halloween. And I've been very, very naughty. I have made assumptions. I've assumed this box is going to be the same as that box. I've assumed this box is going to be the same as that box. So this bit, sorry, isn't out yet. So this is the only part I can see. Can you see it's like half the pumpkin? So that's where it splits off. So anything over here I should not have done. So I haven't done the bits I should have done, and I've done the bits I shouldn't have. Now I'm going to have to, I'm in 2 minds over this edging, because there's quite a lot of bits to go around the side and to go through here and through the middle. But particularly in the middle of these white squares, there's like 1 black one and then 1 black one and 1 black one. And after my Quaker Sisters fiasco, I'm very, very wary of carrying threads now. So I'm in 2 minds whether to just carry the thread and back it with black, like use a black foam board behind it, or leave it all till the last, put the interfacing on, and then stitch the random threads so you shouldn't see what you can carry. So they're my 2 options. I would quite like to give the interfacing thing a try. So I read it somewhere. It certainly wasn't my idea. And they were on about when you've just got 1 stitch here, there and everywhere, try putting it interfacing on the back, and then you can carry your threads and it won't show through. And it seems like a genius idea. I haven't tested it yet, so I'm kind of tempted. I'd really like to test it and see how it goes. And I did get the full kit with this, so I got the bag. There's some floss drops which I haven't actually used because there's only 6, but I would have bought this just for the floss drops. So there's bats, 2 bats, 2 pumpkins, 2 spiders. So I think I'm going to use this as part of my Halloween decor. I'm going to somehow try and do something with thread, and with these is maybe like a little, like a bunting type thing, you know, like a one of them thing. So I am definitely going to do something with them though. They're fabulous, and they're too good not to be displayed somewhere. Next one. This is one of the first bags I bought, and this, I'm sure this was a Sarah. This was the Not Enough WIP bags. Love this, the Fir Teresa Courgette fabric. And this is another one of my 24 and 24s, which is, what have I given this? Number 17. Number 17. And it is Halloween Quaker by Lila Studio. Chris the Camping Stitcher is doing this as her birthday sal, which I was quite pleased about, because I'd started this, but I came to a standstill fairly quickly. Now this is one of the ones I'm trying to do digitally, trying to use my Kindle for it, with a very stressful teaching by the younger girls over Zoom. Me and computers aren't always bestest friends, so they tried to teach me how to use Pattern Keeper. So it was very stressful for them, bless them. So this is where I am. It is not a very big start. This is the called for, so this is murky. It's 36 count. Oh, I haven't got it printed out. I don't know what count it is, but it's definitely murky as the called for fabric. And this, I mean, murky, I'll show you it. Isn't that fabulous? I'm pleased I've done that. I might have just found me a little spark of love for it. I'd forgotten how cool the fabric is. And I was quite pleased when I saw Chris was doing it, because I was like, ooh, that'll reinvigorate us. Find me love again. And I'm doing it with all the called for. I think they're over dyes I'm using. Yeah. So all the called for over dyes. Doesn't that just scream Halloween? And on that fabric, it is gonna be spectacular. Might work on that. I'm not going to say I need to work on that, because then I definitely won't want to work on that. Oh, I've got some more pieces of paper. It appears I wasn't totally digital. I have actually printed most of it out. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's 40 count. So I'm doing 36 count, but they've done it on 40 count. And it is 261 by 180 high. So it's a biggie. It's not a little one. So it'll take some doing. Chris will have it done in a flipping week. She stitches like a little robot. Okay, this one, my Nora. I'd forgotten I'd started this, and it's a fairly recent start as well. So Xenia, which is one of the Bewitching Pixies by Nora Corbett. Now this was two of the girls, Rachel and Shelley, started this for Shelley's birthday. I think it was the 1st of June or 2nd of June. They started Bellatrix by Bella Filipina, and I would just happen to be lurking nearby when they were having this conversation. I was like, oh, I can't start Bellatrix. I haven't got any room for another fancy lady, because I did have another two that I UFO'd. But I want to do some of the Bewitching Pixies, so I picked the pink one, which was the same colourway as Bellatrix for Shelley's birthday. And I am doing this on, this is another Sparklies fabric. This is as far as I am. And this is bubblegum. I think I really need to start. I'm pretty good now with putting tags on things. I don't know why I haven't put a tag on. Fabulous piece of fabric, isn't it? Perfect for her. Once we get pinks and things in. Let's see, where's the... I did a floss toss, and this is just spectacular. Oh, I want to do that one now as well. It'll be stunning. She'll pop. She will pop. And that's another needle minder, one of her resin ones. That's Jess Gets Stitching. I appear to have a life full of Sophies and Jesses. This is probably the most pathetic one you've ever seen. And I remember starting this. I was bored, I needed to lie in bed, I was sore, and I needed something that was just a no think, just do. So I was in, hello from Liz Matthews, I was in her Patreon last year, and this was one of the ones we got, just 'tis Halloween, and I literally just picked a colour that looked, yeah, I've got two colours here, one's light, one's dark. I've only got the dark one left. Oh God knows what I've done. So that is it. It is 20 count Megan fabric, and the nudge and the little doggy is from the retreat kit that I got from Sammy Little Loops a year or two ago. It was a while ago. It's fab. I just wanted to do something little, something mindless, something repetitive, not mindless, meditative. And the last one for Halloween WIPs. Oh. It's another Mill Hill, and she's a bigger one. She's a bigger girl. This little spooky witch. What's it called? Haunted Cottage. I got this last year, and it is hard. Now, where have I started? Yeah, I think it goes that way. It's pretty much full coverage. Well, it is. It's full coverage. It doesn't look as hard as I thought it was, mind. I don't know if it was just me two thread struggle, the eternal struggle working with two threads. That's another resin from Just Get Stitching as well. So that is my start on that. I could do with picking that up as well. I haven't really come across one that I've thought, nah, I don't want to do that yet. Do you know what I mean? Everything's like, oh yeah, I remember why I did it. Right, that is my witchy segment. Next stop, Santa. Costume change. Yes, we're on to a different day and a different subject. I believe you're waiting for Santa. I've waited a few days for Santa. Hopefully you haven't. So, let's start. Turn my phone off. We will start with one of my favourites from last year. So, Christmas Parade by Cottage Garden. Can't even get 3 sentences out and I'm already making a hash of it. So, yeah, I love this. Really, really, really love this. So I have done this on who knows what kind of fabric. But this is as far as I am. I think this is Storm. I think it's 32 count Storm. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. I believe I've got a working thread in everything. Anyway, I've come right to the end over here and I've finished Santa, and isn't he gorgeous, man? And he's got his little bell, and then I'm halfway through the squirrel. So still a way to go. Now this has got an alphabet in, and I'm not sure that the alphabet lends much to it. Is it B? Has it got a full alphabet in? Yeah, it's got a full alphabet in. I might not do that. Have I already started? I have. I've put B in. But I might not do that. I might put some random little hoogies of these in. Because I'm just not sure. I mean, I get marking samplers because they're from young girls who've already done them. Obviously, they're a sample of their stitch. I was going to say their stitchcraft. Shows where my head is this morning. Yes, we are on a morning. So yeah, right. I have got a copy of this. Next one I have got is My Long Dog, 1 down 3 across. This has been going on the go for 2 years. It's not good. This was, I watched an old one back to figure out where I'd been. I can't remember why. I watched it recently, and this one and Christmas Garden, I'd said in January or February maybe, I need to keep them out and keep stitching on them throughout the year, so I've got them done for the end of this year. If you've been following me, you wouldn't have seen it for a while. So what does that tell you? So this is where I am. Now this was a home writ dyed, which I'm chuffed to bits how well it came out. I think you can even see a bit of the mottling on screen. To me, this is as good as Storm, isn't it? Do you think? So this is as far as I am now. The reason I need it finished, some of you may recall, my living room is grey in a very, 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 very light shade of blush pink. And my settee is grey, but I've got it offset with sort of pink cushions. So this matches my decor. I need this done before my decor changes. I'm not convinced. Now it's done on, I think it's probably a 16 count, I think. But it looks a bit smaller because it's been over dyed. I'd need to count it, 16 or 18 count Ada, that I have home dyed, and chuffed to blithering bits with it. Chuffed to blithering bits. I have home dyed more since then, with very, very, very varied results. What I should have said was, so I've separated my WIPs into Christmas and winter. So we're doing Christmas first. Remember my question last year, what comes first, Christmas or winter? And I reckon Christmas does, because once Christmas is over, it's over, whereas the winter can last right until, what, January, February? Well, obviously January, but February definitely. This one is another kit that I bought, and it's the Bothy Threads, The Magic of Christmas. Isn't he dead sweet? I thought this was dead canny. I don't think I've got very far in it. And this is done on a 14 count cream. Now which way up does it go? That way. So you can see I have got not very far on it at all. And I wouldn't care, it's canny. I need to do it. Because it's not very big. Unless I just haven't counted right. It looks bigger than what it does on there. Doesn't it? No, maybe alright. It's actually about the same. Almost the same size. Get it done, Sherrie, and then you'll know. Maybe I need to do a coming down to the bottom. That's what I tend to do on most patterns. I like to come right the way across and right the way down, so that I know I've got me. I'm not going to do a whole lot of stitching to then find I'm in short. I got this from, now I always credit the wrong person with this. This is Tracy Dixon I got it from. I think. I used to always say it was Lindsay, but it's not. I think it's Tracy. And she's in our North East retreat group. Well, she's one of the organisers. And last Christmas we got a a little goodie bag when we got there for our, there's a monthly stitchy day. I'd gone for it, and this little cutie pie was in. Isn't he lush, man? And very simple, actually. It's just 4 wooden beads painted. To be fair, I couldn't do them. Couldn't paint it. Now these ones, I have finished some. I am working my way through. And again, I started these a few years ago. And this is off Etsy. What's it called? Sam X Stitch. Little gnomes. I have made a couple of them into these kind of ornaments for the tree. So where am I? Oh, I've got the ones I've finished. I've got 2. I've got 3 that I've finished in here. I know I've definitely... Oh, and there's a rogue tablet. This was why I was given a little bag off my friends, because tablets fall about off my person from everywhere. Okay, so I have done this one. And this is all on, looks like 14 count cremator. This one. I think it was this one I did. And I did his beard green. I don't know why I thought you would have green beard. I kind of wish I'd left it now, because I think it would have been probably fairly cool. And this one, I haven't finished this one. I thought I had, but I haven't. So something needs to go in here. What needs to go? White. So I need to put some white in there, and that would be finished. That wouldn't take very long at all. These little shoes at the bottom. And then the 4th one I've just started, which is his hat. So that's 1, 2. Now I know I've fully finished one of them for a fact. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you know, I could get them done really. It's a bloody disgrace I haven't finished them. I'm bloody disgusted at myself. Trials and tribulations of a cross stitcher. Okie doke. Oh, and this, sorry I haven't opened it. This was one of my first Teresa ones that I bought. And this was Teresa Quaker, of course. Hike. What's it? Santa's Hike. I love this. And this is done on a Me Tea and Coffee dyed 14 count. So I coffee dyed that, and I was really, really chuffed the way it came out. Got some really cool movement in it. It actually looks like paper, doesn't it? It looks like coffee dyed paper or tea dyed paper. So that's as far as I am, and I think I just got a bit over it. It was one of those I seem to just be stitching forever and getting nowhere. I'm sure you have them. And that little teardrop needle minder is from Just Get Stitching. And that is it. Oh, I've got 2 whites in here as well. No, I haven't. I've got one Blanc and one B5200. You see, the thing is, I need to de-kit, because this has been on the go for a couple of years as well. Do you know, I'm coming across all of these and thinking, why didn't I just persevere? There's definitely a good reason for doing a WIP parade. And I think, to be fair, I think I'm quite chuffed now. Now that I'm thinking about it, bearing in mind I'm thinking on my feet here, so God knows what will come out of my mouth. I'm actually thinking to myself, I'm feeling very smug that I've looked at all my Christmas stuff again when I've still got time to plot what I want to do for Christmas. I love it when I do good from myself. When I get praise from myself, I love it. It doesn't happen very often. Okay, now this one you will have seen relatively recently if you follow me. That is not what it is. Here we are. Here we are. So it's from Home for the Holidays by Blackbird Designs. And it is, of course, my Christmas garden. This is stunning, although Sherrie has made one wholly big mess. I don't even think I can show you. Yeah, I can show you on there. So this is as far as I am with it. I'll show you first. And I've put that big motif in the middle fairly recently, and I've just finished this gold motif fairly recently as well. So I've been doing a little bit on it, and this is one of the ones I wanted to keep out in my rotation, so that I would have it up. Now, to be fair, Carol Saltbox, the godmother of cross stitch, and of course Brenda, who's her deputy, the deputy godmother, so they both have this up on their wall, or they do from time to time. I think they move things around. And I was like, oh, well, that means I can just have it up all year long, which I can, which isn't the point I'm getting to. And that little needle minder I got from a Dirty Annie's Christmas box that I got, yeah, past July, I think it was. And this is being done on 32 count fibre on a worm, cream and sugar. So where have I done a mess? It's not necessarily a mess, right? I don't know what I was thinking. I do not know what I was thinking. So you can see in brackets, we've got the DMC colours. Why did I decide to pick the colour I preferred out of those two colours, rather than blend them, which is what it's meant to be? And I can't remember the lady's name, but it was a few weeks ago when I'd showed it and I'd said, oh, it's only got 4 colours in. And it was weird. It was the next morning I was sitting, stitching on it, thinking, there's brackets with 2 colours in. I don't, why have I only picked one? And then I thought, it's because it's being charted with over dyes. Sorry, I'm keeping my hand over here because it's got a pattern on. It's been charted with over dyes. So if you want to do it with DMC, you can blend the colours and you'll get some more movement. I know this. I know this. This is something I know in my tiny, tiny, tiny brain. So I think I've got about 3 brain cells that talk to each other sometimes. It appears 2 of the brain cells have fallen out with the other one because there was no linkage going on at all in my head. And this lady literally dropped a comment and said, hey, I think I'm doing mine wrong. I'm doing it with 2 colours. And I was like, oh no, honey, you're not the one doing it wrong. That's why I'm doing it wrong. So now, I either carry on with the 4 colours that I've decided were the nicest colours that I wanted to use, or I give it up and start again. Jean Lee from the attic, always forwards, never backwards. I think I will keep on going, but I have to confess it has made me really sad. It's a bit like the Quaker sisters when I messed up on there by carrying threads. Is it going to make me sad every time I look at it? Because if that's the case, then what's the point? So yes, I know I can continue. But every time I look at it, I'm going to think, Sherrie, you really are in Egypt. So it makes me quite sad now, actually, when I look at it. Now, I have got another pattern in here. I'm just looking to see if I've actually started it. No, I haven't. I've got the fabric, and I'll show the pattern because it's in here anyway. This is Crowning the Tree by Blackbird Designs. I've obviously decided I was going to start this, and it's in the same bag. I don't know if it's got the same colours in. It's possibly got the same colours in. Who knows? So that makes me sad. And I think it would look fine. It's just my bloody incompetence makes me feel sad, basically. Now, I've put this one in with Christmas. Although, technically, it's just the title that is Christmas-ish. Have I got the... Do you know what? I checked nearly all of them to see if I had the pattern. Nope, I can't find the pattern. No, I've got it, obviously, because I bought it. I bought it from 123 Stitch, and I know it's in a packet, but I can't find it, so who knows where it is. So this has been done. It's called Christmas Flower, so there's nothing actual Christmas about it, apart from the title. A bit like Christmas Garden, I suppose. And this is it. And it's basically just going to be a circle with the same colours. So this has been done on 32 count cypress. I can't remember the fabric dye. I could say it's fox and rabbit. I always say it's fox and rabbit. It could be fox and rabbit. Equally, it could be something else entirely as well. So, yeah, 32 count fox and rabbit. Now, this is going to take a lot of thread. It's done with Threadworks, and this is all I've got left after 2 skeins of this. I maybe should have done it on a smaller count, but I've got it in my basket. Oh, yeah. Thanks, computer. Just validate my inadequacy. Honestly. Yeah, it's in my basket at Lakeside because they do Threadworks. So I need to just get it bought and get it sent. And I think this is meant to be like a poinsettia. Well, that's what it reminds me of anyway. My mum likes them. I'm not so fond. So why I'm stitching it? Is anyone's guess? Probably because I was feeling kind and thinking, oh, I'll give it to my mum. And obviously I've forgotten that I was feeling kind that day. No, I'll probably end up giving it to her. And this one you have seen recently. This is Christmas Rules, and this is the style I'm doing by myself, it appears. No, I'm actually stitching this with Rachel Talking Dog, and I have seen evidence she has been stitching it. So I'm doing this, and I've worked it out so that I've broken it down into chunks so that hopefully it'll be finished by 1st in December. That's the theory. The reality could be very different. And this is where I am. So I've still got a little way, I've got some stockings underneath here that I need to do. So that was July's. This and the stockings underneath are for August, so I need to get on this. Because if I fall behind, I'll struggle to catch up. But I've got so much more stitching coming up though. I just want to stitch all the things. And this has just been done on a mystery linen that I got from somewhere, somehow, someplace. But it's a 32 count. going to say it might even be a 28 count, but I don't think so. I think it's just such an open weave. So that's as far as I am on Christmas rules. And I do like it. It's coming up really well on that fabric. I love it when a plan comes together. Doesn't always happen. And my last Christmas one, oh actually two, that are in the same bag. I haven't got the photo for, but this is basically, it's a bothy threads and it's 3 Santas in a row, and this is as far as I am with it. I think I've binned, because obviously bothy threads don't even do PDFs, so I must have binned the title page. And I've also got this one, and I'm pretty sure this was a PDF. And that's on 16 count cream, and that was a kit. So that's done with all the called for. And this was one I started last year. I bought the historical sampler advent box and Sal to go along with it. So as you can see, I'm great with Sals. I am good. Nailing it, aren't I? So yeah, this is the very poor start I made on the historical sampler advent Sal last year. This year I must do better. I'll show you this needle minder because I made this. I did the friend stitch gathering last year, and we got a box with everything in, and in it had 3, I don't know if you call them pins in America, but 3 little badges. So what I did was I took the safety pin part out, and I just stuck some needles on, and it's now a needle minder. So if anyone's got any badges they don't know what to do with, there's an idea. So, and that is the end of my sanity stitching, which isn't too bad really. It's not horrendous, but obviously every year get a couple more and a couple more and a couple more. Okay, on to winter. I'll just grab them. Right, I've moved all my winter stuff over, so we will start with, this is a start I made a few years ago as well. Hello from Liz Matthews, Winter Garden. I love this. So why haven't I done it? I will tell you. Or why haven't I finished it? This is just done on a white 16 count header. And this is where I am. Now I know why I haven't finished it. I messed up down here somewhere, and I counted and counted and counted and couldn't figure out where I'd gone wrong. So you can see I've just abandoned that to God and good nature. And I've started up here. I've got a new needle with a new thread. But for whatever reason, I've put it down and haven't picked it up again. But again, this is so small. Why haven't I just done it? And that little needle minder is from Botanical Crafts on Etsy. I think I need to do this. And I'm doing it with all... No, I've declittered it. I would imagine I'm doing it with all the called for DMC. Trying to think if she normally charts over dyes. Oh yeah, so there is, it's Gloriana. It's what she's charted it with, but I've done it with the DMC conversion. So that really would be lovely on Gloriana's as well. Oh, there's all my winter's gone. It's all gone. Winter's gone. Winter's not happening this year. Hope it does. I love snow. Love snow with a passion. And we never get it here because I'm literally not even half a mile from the sea. So the salt air. So I mean, like a mile down the road, the next town, they get it. We just don't, which is pants. And the next one, technically I don't suppose is a winter pattern. I've just made it winter because it's got lots of snow on it. So it's the Little Match Girl by the Little Stitcher, is that what it says up there? And because it's covered in snow. I mean, I don't think the Little Match Girls, I suppose it's Christmas when the story's set. So yeah, I suppose, yeah, they're probably right. And I have started this on, isn't that the cutest needle minder? Where'd I get that from? I have started this on 40 count vintage country mocha. Did I say 40 count? I think I did. And this is as far as I am. So I just made a little start. Isn't that a cute needle minder though? I forgot I had that. Where did I get that from? I don't know where I got that from, but that's lovely. I like him. I'm over the moon. Not bothered about the stitching, it's just the needle minder. I don't know where I got it from, I'm so sorry. So yeah, that's where I am. And have I de-kitted this? Because this is a couple of years old as well. No, doing it with all the DMC. So these are little baskets, little pouches that you can get on Amazon. Very cheap. And if I'm doing it with DMC, and obviously I didn't have floss away bags, stick them all in there. Next one, Winter Rose Manor. You have seen this before. And I am doing this with all the called for overdyes. If I can. It's got blues and things in here. I'm trying to separate it so you can see them. Oh, well, same blue. It's like a purpley. So this is where I am. I'm doing it on 32 count fibre on a whim, milk and honey. I need to get moving on this. I love this. I think it was a couple of years ago everybody was doing it. I remember seeing Christy from, is it Crosshatch Quilts? She's the lady who's friends with Laurie Holt. She was doing it, and somebody else. And I just remember I was seeing it everywhere and I just fell in love, and I paid an extortionate amount to get it shipped from America. And now I haven't even finished it. And it's not very big, and that's on 32 count. So it's not huge. I remember I spent some time in Froglandia though here. That wasn't good. Yeah, that's maybe why I've put it down. You can barely see some of it, can you see there? It's very tone on tone. I'm just not loving it the way I did. I don't know why. How do we go off things? It's not that I've gone off it. I think I've just, I don't know if it was the frogging. I don't know what happened. I just, yeah, I lost my love for it. And even looking at it now, it's kind of, I would like to get it done. Oh, do you know, I've forgotten to show you my project bags along the way. This one and this one are both from Pauline Sobe bags. You can always tell a Pauline bag because she has the lace trim along here, and this is obviously with Teresa Kogut fabric. My voice went somewhere there. I don't know where it went, but it wasn't here. And this is a Sarah, Not Enough WIP bags. And this is the Jane Austen fabric, I think. I think that's what it's called. That's housed in Rosewood Manor. What else have we got? Now I love this. I need to get back on this. This is another hello from Liz Matthews. Quaker snowflakes. And I love how she does the two colourways to just give you a hint or a tip as to how they can be done differently. I was just looking to see if she'd given us the... It looks like she's just given one of the colourways. Anyway, and I'm doing this on 36 count Fox and Rabbit Lyrebird Dell, sorry. Lyrebird Dell. Isn't that stunning? That is going to be incredible. I've forgotten how much I love it. I think I hadn't done so much on it because with it being the dark fabric, it's harder to see. So you've got to be in good light to do. Oh, I've got two needle minders here. So I've got a little rainbow on one side and a witch's hat stuck to the other. Little witch's hat. I made this myself. Don't know how that ended up there. Some sort of witchy, spooky nonsense. So that is that, isn't it stunning? Oh. That'll be getting left out to be worked on. Because it is beautiful. And I am doing it with, what am I doing it with? You've gone all black, get back. White. Oh no, so I'm doing it with DMC. I assume it's the called for. Let me just have a look. Yeah, 3064 and 3024. Yeah, so I'm doing it with a called for, that's on the pattern. Oh God, I've lost the rainbow one now. Right, I'll sort that out after. Can't be waiting for me to mess about, sorting me life out. Oh. Okay, second last one. We're getting there, guys. We are getting there. So this is my very good friend Chris, the Canton Stitcher, and this is Winter at the Barn, and she's done ones for every season of these. So I started this last year, and I'm sure I started it in the January. It was a late start, and I haven't got very far with it. This is as far as I am. Again, this is a one I could quite happily pick out. So this looks to be on a 32 count. I don't know. It's a mystery linen. It's a 32 count, I think. I assumed why I got it's got that lovely sort of big open weave that they have, and I don't know where I got this from. I'm so sorry, but I'm pretty sure I got this from, again, Tracy Dixon. You can see me cringing like, oh my God, please say I've got it right. I kept giving her poor sister the credit for it. I mean, they're both lovely girls, so, you know. Interchangeable. And my last one is possibly my, well, it is my biggest winter one. Can you remember her? I can. She's beautiful. And I ended up having to do a lot of research on reindeers. And I found out that that reindeer is very likely a female, and female reindeers are called cows. There you go. And this is as far as I got with her. So that is, it just gets stitching, needle minder. Why I've got a mermaid type needle minder on a winter project, I don't know. I love this, and this has been done with the called for fabric, and I know that because I bought it as a kit. So I have got all the DMC threads. Looking forward to getting her out and all. When am I going to find the time to stitch all the things? I mean, she's going to be spectacular. Need to keep on with her. And I love that Santa's reindeers were women, even pregnant women, because we're nails, hard as nails, us women. That is it. I do not know how long this was because it's all been done in sections, and I'll have to smoosh it together. Smoosh is a technical YouTube creator's word. You might not know it, but don't worry. Yeah, so I don't know what else to say, because this is just the end. And because it's a standalone WIP parade, I haven't got any of me normal quotes or anything like that ready. Nothing really prepared. So there we are. Sherrie, winging it, as per usual. So that is the end of my WIP parade. I hope you have enjoyed it. And one last thing I have just remembered. Forgot to get it out. One last thing was, because if you have managed to make it to here, well done. And I'd like to reward you by a little teeny giveaway. I'm going to give away a copy of Liz Matthews' Quaker Snowflakes, because she's stunning. She is absolutely bloody stunning. I think this is my favouriteest Liz Matthews. So we will use the word glad. If you're wondering why, because it says glad tidings. So we'll use the word glad. Usual rules apply. It would be nice if you're a subscriber and like the video, do all the things, and use the word glad in your comments. And this, I'll just make this a, shall I make it a 2-week giveaway? Because WIP parades can be hitty-missy for people watching it. Let's have a look. Where am I? Where am I in 2 weeks? Not where am I. What I mean is, what date am I on? The 7th. So this will be drawn on Friday the 6th of September. So use the word glad in your comments and we'll get that shipped out to one of you to make a start for the upcoming cold season. Okie doke. That is your happy little lot. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've took some inspiration from it. I hope you've seen some patterns that you fancy, and I hope it's rejuvenated your love of all the stitching, because it has for me. Thanks very much. See you later. Bye.